Welcome back, everybody. We're going to start chapter 4, writing equations of lines. Today we're going to focus on slope-intercept form. So a reminder that slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. It can be plus b or minus b depending on what our y-intercept is. Also, a reminder that if we are given an ordered pair as 0 something, key part to this is that the first one is 0, then this second value is always going to be our y-intercept. So let's try a couple. Remember, we're filling in m and b based on what we're given for slope-intercept form. Slope is -3, that's our m. Y-intercept is 1/2, that's our b. So y is equal to -3x plus, and we're saying plus because the 1/2 there is positive, 1/2. And that is our slope-intercept form. Slope, or m, is 0. Y-intercept, or b, is -2. So y is equal to 0x minus, because our b is -2. 0 times x is 0. So we really don't have that there, and we just have y is equal to -2. Number 3, slope, or m, is 3. Y-intercept, or b, is -1. Y equals 3x. Minus, because our 1 is -1. Number 4, slope, or m, is 1/2. Y-intercept, or b, is 0. We have y is equal to 1/2 x plus 0. Really don't need that plus 0 there, so we'll go ahead and just write y is equal to 1/2 x. What happens if you have a graph? Now, there's a couple of different ways that we can do this. I want to go back and just give a refresher. That slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So since, for number 5, they give us 2 ordered pairs, we could start with slope formula, 3 minus -3 over 4 minus 0. Minus negative, add the opposite is plus. We have 6 over 4, which is 3/2. So our slope, or our m, is 3/2. A reminder that anytime they give us an ordered pair where the first number is 0, that means the second number is our y-intercept. So b is -3. So y is equal to 3/2 x minus 3. And again, we have -3 because our b is -3. That's not the only way, though, that we can do finding the slope. Maybe we use our graph itself to find the slope. Remember, you can count the rise over run. So we have 1, 2, 3. We're going down 3, so that's -3. And then to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So our slope is -3/4. And then our y-intercept, they gave us 0, 2. That means b is our 2. Y equals -3/4 x plus 2. Number 7, again, just another example. If we're using slope formula, then we can do 2 minus -2 over 4 minus 0. Add the opposite. That's 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 minus 0 is 4. 4 over 4 simplifies to 1. You give us our y-intercept here. First coordinate 0 means that our b is negative 2. So y is equal to 1x minus 2. Remember, you don't have to write the 1 there, and so x minus 2 is also good. Number 8, if I again go with using the graph to find my slope, I'm going down 1, and 1, 2, 3 to the right. Oops. So our slope is negative 1 over 3. Our y-intercept they gave us over here at negative 1. So y is equal to negative 1/3 x minus 1. So slope formula, yet again, just to make sure we don't forget, we have m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Very important that we note the minuses there. And it really doesn't matter which ordered pair is 1 and which ordered pair is 2, as long as you are consistent. For 9 through 12, they give us ordered pairs. Be easiest at this point to use the slope formula, although you could plot the ordered pairs and count the rise over run if you wanted to. So if I found slope first, we have negative 1 minus 5 over 0 minus negative 3. Negative 1 plus negative 5 for add the opposite gives us negative 6. Add the opposite here. 0 plus 3 is 3, and that's negative 2 for our slope. They give us our 0 here, so negative 1 is our b. Y equals negative 2x minus 1. For number 10, we have negative 5 minus negative 5 over 8 minus 0. Add the opposite. Negative 5 plus 5 is 0. 8 minus 0 is 8. 0 divided by 8 is 0. So our slope is 0. Here's our y-intercept right here at negative 5. So we have y is equal to 0x minus 5, which 0 times x is 0, and just leaves us with y is equal to negative 5. For number 11, we have 9 minus negative 6 over 3 minus 0. Add the opposite. 9 plus 6 is 15. 3 minus 0 is 3. 15 over 3 is 5. Here's our ordered pair with the 0, meaning our b is at negative 6. So we have y is equal to 5x minus 6. Number 12, slope formula, we have 2 minus negative 1 for 0 minus 4. Add the opposite. 2 plus 1 is 2. Add the opposite. 0 plus negative 4 is negative 4. Negative 2/4 simplifies to negative 1/2. Here's our 0 in our ordered pair. So our b is positive 2. That gives us an equation of y is equal to negative 1/2 x plus 2. Number 13 gives us the same information we were just looking at, just in a different format. So f of 0 equals 10. Remember, that was f of x. And so this is saying I have an ordered pair at 0, 10, and an ordered pair at 6, 34. So for slope formula, 34 minus 10 over 6 minus 0, that's 24 over 6, which is 4. Here's our 0 in our ordered pair, meaning that our y-intercept is 10. So y is equal to 4x plus 10. Number 14, this 0, f of 0 equals negative 4, means we have an ordered pair at 0, negative 4. F of 3 is equal to 8, says our next ordered pair is at 3, 8. So if I plug that into slope formula, we have 8 minus negative 4 over 3 minus 0. Add the opposite. 8 plus 4 is 12. 3 minus 0 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Here's our 0 ordered pair. So our b is negative 4. That gives us an equation of y is equal to 4x minus 4. Please work on the U-tries of the next page, 15 to 20, for next class. We're going to skip over to the back side of that last page into what is a linear model. A linear model is a function that models a real life situation. So again, we're solving real world problems, just that we know that we're going to be writing a linear equation for it, and y equals mx plus b. All right, so we have this information about hydropower in U.S. power plants using renewable energy sources. We see that we have 105 million megawatt hours in 2007. Remember, time is usually going to be our x value. And so I'm going to put 2007 and 105, noting that's 105 million megawatt hours. And then we have 2012 is 219 million. So 2012, 219 million. We are going to say that 2007 is the initial year they're doing this study. And so the initial year means x is going to be 0. 2012 is 5 years later from 2007. So that would now be 5 and 219 million. We have enough information now to be able to write our linear function. We know because this is 0 that 105 is our b. We need to find our slope. So we have 219 minus 105 over 5 minus 0. It's going to be 114 over 5. And in this case, we'll go ahead and divide that, and we get 22.8 for slope. So y is equal to 22.8x plus 105. And so this is writing our linear model. That's the first thing they asked us to do, write a linear model. From there, it's asking us to use this model to predict how many megawatt hours will be generated in the year 2017. Well, 2017 is 10 years later from our initial year of 2007. So that means x is going to be 10. So we plug that in, y equals 22.8 times 10 plus 105. We'll go ahead and plop that into our calculator, and we end up getting 333 million megawatt hours in the year 2017. So let's try another one. Average cost of college tuition. So we have 2,000 is $14,000. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2,000. And I'm going to use 14, knowing that it's in thousands. And then in 2010, it's 18,000. So 2010, 18,000. Oops, and I'm just writing 18 because I've already stated my units there would be thousands. So since this is the initial year that they're doing this data, we can say that's year 0 at 14,000. And then 2010 is 10 years later. So X is now 10 at 18,000. Our first task is to write a linear model. So start with the slope. We have 18 minus 14 over 10 minus 0. That's 4 over 10, which is 0.4 when we divide it. We have our 0 ordered pair, so B is 14,000. So our linear model, 0.4x plus 14. Then it asks us to use this model to predict the cost in 2020. So 2020 is 20 years after the year 2000. So X is 20. Y equals 0.4 times 20 plus 14. Plop that in the calculator. And we get 22. And remember, we know that that's 22,000 because we defined the units earlier. Please try number 23 as the rest of the stuff that you need to do for tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of your day.